Let's go.
Yeah, guys, it's another batch or another section of our trip, and today we are going to Cape Coast to explore some of the places in the central region. So let's go. Please don't forget to subscribe to the King's YouTube channel, okay? So let's go to Cape Coast.
I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to the central region.
Huh?
Say hi.
Hey.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, we are going to the central region. And the funniest thing is, central region is not actually in the central part of Ghana. It is in the southern part of Ghana. Yeah, southern part of Ghana. But why is the central region? Anyway, let's move on. Central region is one of the 16 administrative regions of Ghana, and its capital city is Cape Coast. And it's about 3 hours drive from Accra to Cape Coast. There are lots of activities that you can do in the Central region. Central region is one of the most visited places in Ghana aside Accra. Not even aside Accra. Let me say it's one of the most visited regions in Ghana. Not to talk of the two biggest castles, that's the Cape Coast Castle and the Elmina Castle. You can also take a boat cruise on the Elmina Lagoon to the sea, visit the Kakum National Park. Our first visit was the Kakum National Park, and here for entering the park you're going to pay 5 cedis each. That is everybody, whether local, foreigner, and even your driver. Everybody is going to pay 5 cedis to enter the park, whether kids or adults. Yeah, and when you get to the park, there are lots of activities that you can do there.
This is the canopy walk.
Yeah, the
Is it?
this is a walkway,
A
like you're going to
walkway?
do a little bit hiking
Okay.
to the canopy walk.
Okay.
So you'll be starting, our time is 11.
11.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be starting at 11.
So you want to take pictures?
The most popular activity that everybody goes for is a canopy walk, and foreigners are to pay 100 cedis to do that. 100 cedis, which is less than $8.
This not the.
Here is Central Region, a town in the Central Region,
Oh.
Kakum. So here we have the canopy walk here. So if you want to go to the castle, you go back to Cape
Oh, to
Coast
Cape
too.
Coast.
Yeah.
Some breakfast exercise. We are coming from here uphill on the flat land. Over there, I'll introduce you to a park. Tell you about the walkway. They'll end up at the walkway. But after the walkway, if you're interested in doing the nature walk, especially if you want to see the tree house, see the biggest tree in this forest, then learn about some medicinal values of some of the plants and trees, you tell me. They will continue from there. Then you do a payment when we are there. I hope you're okay. All right. So we'll begin the tour now.
You gotta watch your steps because there are rounds. As the tour guide said, we are climbing from here up to a flat hill. And you tell your client that this is not stressful, but he forgot the principle that when a local tells you that something is not stressful, you have to expect something more than that. He was so tired, but we are not even halfway through. Gotta finish it.
Where the 50 meters above sea level. Then now on top, on the flat land, that means we are not coming again. And that was just a breakfast exercise, which is good for our health as well. Now, officially, I welcome you all to Kakum Conservation Area. Kakum Conservation Area is made up of 2 blocks of forest. At the northern part of the forest lies the Asinat and Nasu Resources Reserve. At the southern part of the forest lies the Kakum National Park. Those Ghanaians who supported the Canadians in constructing the walkway here, they are still in service, they are the engineers. They are responsible for the maintenance of the walkway. Every 6 months, major maintenance is done. They change the ropes, nets, bolt and nut, and other petty things which matters are we change. So the walkway is very strong and safe for all of us. There are 7 bridges with 6 platforms. That means at the end of each bridge, there's a platform where you can stand, look around, admire nature, also take your private photos. He was like, is this thing strong enough?
Eh? Now, okay, now no more market.
I'm recording, so.
Okay.
How is it?
It's okay.
It's okay.
I like it's fun, but it's tiresome.
Yeah.
I need it though. You ready?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
ready.
let's go.
Let's go.
So this is pan wine.
Yeah.
How you say it? Pan wine. Okay. What it tastes like?
Just like what?
Let me get that out.
Why?
Fresh cocoa, Sian cocoa. Mate.
Okay. Wanna give me?
Fresh cocoa, coconut, pian cocoa.
Wait, what is that?
So how you eat it?
You lick the
Fresh
fruit,
cocoa,
the seed.
pian
Just
cocoa.
lick it.
Out chocolate.
Fresh cocoa, pian cocoa.
That's used for the chocolate. Our chocolate. This one is
This
used
way
for
they make chocolate?
Yeah.
You just suck on it?
Yeah. And just throw it
Yeah,
away.
you know what?
It's sweet.
It's sweet, yeah, it's sweet.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a fruit.
Yeah, it's a fruit. Fruit like, yeah. Yay, we survived the Kakum canopy walk at long last. Yeah, I'm asking you how is the whole thing? How is the whole visit?
It's a workout.
It's a workout.
I say in the beginning it's a difficult walk. Depending on your activity level. Like if you active person, you could do it. But if you're not a person that active a lot, you have to take your time.
So would you ever visit or recommend this site to someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's a lot of work getting up, but it's worth it.
So
if you're not scared of heights.
If you're not scared of heights. What about the hiking part?
That part was fun.
It's fun?
It was still a workout, but it was fun.
Oh, okay. So now we are done.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next location.
Okay.
We are heading straight to the Elmina Castle from the Kakum Canopy Walk. It's about 50 minutes drive. The most fascinating thing about this road that I love is that from the road you can see the sea. Yeah, you can see the ocean. That's the Atlantic Ocean and it's so beautiful. And this road leads to Ghana Ivory Coast border. As I said, we are going to Elmina to visit the St. George's Castle, which is popularly known as the Elmina Castle. Elmina, its local name is Edina. So when you get to the castle, we are going to learn how they got the name Elmina and the Edna and its original local name, like everything all together. Yeah, Elmina is in the central region. It's one of the vibrant towns in the central region. It's a fishing community. Elmina is known for its beautiful beaches and its role in the former transatlantic slave trade. At the Elmina Castle, the entrance fee for foreigners is 80 Ghana cedis, which is almost $6.
Elmina Castle was built by the Portuguese in 1482. They arrived here in 1471 to trade and to spread Christianity. So the type of trade that they engaged themselves in was barter, that's exchange of goods for goods. So they came along with guns, gunpowder, mirror, tobacco, used clothes to exchange that of gold, ivory, local spices like salt, the local people. Because of the abundance of gold that they were getting from this place, they named here Elmina. In their language, it means the mine. But initially, the local name of this place was called Anonymous, which means inexhaustible water or water that does not flow. So in 1500, their attention was being shifted from the gold trade to the slave trade. The question that we have to ask is what led to the slave trade? This is the largest females dungeon. About 150 females were kept here. Wooden containers were placed at the corners for them to ease themselves. Some were weak, so they couldn't go to where the container was, they just stay on the floor to do that. Food was being shared on the same floor. And then females too, they would get their messes everywhere. They were doing that on the same floor. So they were doing everything on the floor. And then the main gate, it was closed. So this hole here, The other one here was where they were getting their ventilation from. Then unfortunately for them, this whole year is to a place called the magazine, where they store their guns and gunpowder. Yes, please. So whenever there is a leakage, the chemicals will come straight to this dungeon to pollute the air, causing some of them to die. So the more that they are breathing the chemicals, the more that they are dying. Then as soon as you die, they will just come and take your body and throw it into the sea. Big purposes such as cooking, washing, drinking, built by the Portuguese. With their wives, but some of them were using the females to satisfy themselves sexually. So whenever the governor wants one, he will stand at his balcony at the top there and order his soldiers to bring all the females out. Then he will carefully look and select one that he wants. After that, they will give her some of the reservoir to buy, give her some food to use so that she can gain her strength, and give her something to cover herself. After that, please decide. All this place is a secret passage. This is where the selected one will pass, go to a place called the trapdoor. From there to the governor's apartment. After he's done doing whatever he wanted to do with her, the same way that she will pass to a dungeon. Yes. So it weighs 28 kilograms. We are having about 8 years with chains. So some of the females refuses the governor's offer. So the punishment that they will give to the person is to chain her to this. Whether rain or shine, she will stand in. No food, no water for her until she changes her mind. They do that to serve as a lesson to those in the dungeons if in case they refuses the governor's offer.
So they will be
same
a punishment.
And we have the gate of no return. When they were into the gold trade, the gate was wider like this. But when their attention was being shifted from the gold trade to the slave trade, they did it narrow like this one. For some reasons, one for counting, then two to control them. Then at first, the water was nearer than this one due to the rotation of the earth, climatic changes. They also added more sand here to prevent the water from coming back to the castle. So there was a little wooden staircase. Then a smaller boat will come and pick them from this place to the larger ship. From there, the suffering will continue. So some go to Jamaica, Argentina, Haiti, Suriname, America, Liverpool, and other countries. Then we have schlap, alcohol, flowers, money was brought by some people to pay their last respect, to see their souls rest in peace. You can also drop anything that you want here. Okay. So we give a moment of silence. So sisters, a moment of silence. In Ghana here we have 3 castles. We have Osu Castle built by the Danes, Cape Coast Castle built by the British, and Elmina Castle built by the Portuguese in 1482. They arrived in 1471, the Dutch came here 1637, whilst the British came here 1872. The castle is 542 years. It is the largest and the oldest castle in West Africa. Slavery is still going on. How we talk to someone receiving slavery. The moment that we look down on someone, that means we have put that person in the position of a slave. And Frederick Douglass said something. He said, knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. The history is there for all of us to come and learn, so that what happened back there will not repeat itself in the future again. And Martin Luther King II said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we plead each and everyone here to go out there and treat everyone equal, no matter the tribe or the country that the person is coming from. And I hope we make the world a better place for everyone. So thank you for coming to Elmina Castle.
From the Elmina Castle, we moved backwards to the Cape Coast Castle, which is about 22 minutes drive. Cape Coast is the capital city of the Central Region, and at the Cape Coast Castle, the entrance fee for foreigners is also 80 cedis, which is almost $6. And our tour began right away.
It used to be the third and the smallest that was built by the Europeans when they came to the coast. The coast of West Africa, it is estimated about 60 forts and castles were built in here. Just that Ghana alone had more than 40 of them, all because of gold. And that is why this place was once called the Gold Coast. Nigeria, Benin, Niger, a section of Togo, had the name Slave Coast, because that was where a lot of the West Africans actually. You can't hear me. I was saying that a section of Nigeria, Benin, Niger, had the name Slave Coast, because that was where a lot of the West Africans actually were captured from. So areas like Ivory Coast and Gold Coast and others probably had their names based on the resource that the Europeans were getting from their lands. But then out of the numbers, only 3 were castles, of which the first ever European structure to be built on our land happens to be the St. George's Castle. Popularly today we call it the Elmina Castle. It was built by the Portuguese around 1482. The second one happens to be the Christianborg or the Osu Castle. It was built by the Danish around 1661. And the last is where we all find ourselves, Cape Coast Castle, also built by the English around 1664. But then out of the 3 structures, Cape Coast happens to be the only castle that was built purposely for the transatlantic slave trade. And once you do hear about the transatlantic slave trade, it is actually talking about a trade that happened within 3 continents, which is Europe, Africa, and as well the Americas, that took almost 300 to 400 years to end. And the whole system started around the 1500s, when the Europeans actually made a voyage to, let's say, the west, seeking routes to India to trade, or let me say Asia. Over there, plantations like sugarcane, tobacco, cotton, and others were established in large scale. Earlier, they were using natives from those lands as well as artists from Europe to work on their plantations. But then due to the hardship, they were dying. Aside that, being introduced to diseases like measles, influenza, pox, and others would kill them. They were owners of the land, so they could easily get to escape or mix themselves with freemen. Identifying them was a bit difficult. So they had this Catholic missionary, the name Bartholomew de las Casas. So it was like, why don't we shift our demand to Africa? Because these Africans Africans naturally into farming. They are to fill these 5 children with captives. They can hold about 700 to 1,000 humans, which is to say, each chamber can take over 150 of the captives. Get to know humans were hunted, raided, kidnapped through warfare, so the place wouldn't always be filled with captives. Sometimes the numbers will even be less than 50. But all because this whole section happens to be a museum, but it's undergoing some restoration and it's ready. You can't visit the museum, so you can even see museum entrance over. Cell. Ladies in the castle were also punished because they were brave enough to resist rape. You know, the European merchants, the soldiers and others never came with their wives, so whenever they wanted to satisfy themselves sexually, inside the female dungeons they would pick any of their choice. For you to uphold your dignity fighting here, you have to bring you in to break you for you to get a change of mind. So that next time, if they come back again to pick you, you would avail yourself. The female dungeons. The female dungeons actually had 2 chambers, one in here, the other, also upstairs. The door or the gate of no return. Originally, the door they had here was very short and narrow, and for you to walk out of the door, you probably had to go down before you fit through the door they had here. Cape Coast now having a bigger door because you know, at the point the English made this town the capital city of Gold Coast, and this castle became their administrative headquarters. Africans that moved out of this castle never came back. If you are to walk out of the castle, you lose your right as a human being, you lose your connection with your people, and also get to lose your identity as an African. And I'm saying you lose your identity all because, please, you are Ghanaian, right? Yeah. Your surname? Arthur. So today I wouldn't pick Arthur. Your surname? Smith. Smith. I wouldn't pick Smith. Asante. Your name? Asante. So Anakan. I Ghanaian?
I'm a Mensa as well.
Mensa Anakan. And Kuma another Akan. Are you Ghanaian? Hey, another Akan as well. So let me see. Today this man is from, let's say, Nigeria, from the Yoruba land. Is EfyaKimora. She's from, let's say, Ivory Coast, the Baule tribe. Let's say she's Buadi. The man here is from, let's say, Accra. He's Nimate. The lady over there from Volta region, let's say Isinam, and from different tribes. But they don't care where they take us off from. Once we get to the plantation, they're all going to be Christianized, giving names like Thomas, Esther, Mary, James, and others. Our master is Smith. So if I become Thomas Smith, Mary Smith, James Smith, Peter Smith, Stephanie Smith, Gifty Smith, everybody here get the same Smith because we become his property. I speak Yoruba, he speak Konkoma language, let's say Dagati, Ga, Ewe, P, Fantin, others. So due to language barrier, we also can't communicate. So the best option is for us to adapt to one language. None of us here were born those days to know exactly what happened in here. There is the possibility it never happened, even as I'm narrating, or probably it was worse to the extent that authors couldn't put them point right for us to also make reference as well to tell others in here. In this castle, we don't frame stories to create any psychological trauma in anyone's mind. Neither are we trying to incite anybody to go out there to go fight others for what happened in the past. Neither is the history here to cause segregation among races. We just want each and everyone that enters this castle to know the inhuman act, to know the crimes that happened in here, so that we, the living today, wouldn't get to repeat the same mistake over and over again. Because today, for many years around 1860s, we've been saying slavery ended, and we all know the system still stays in us.
That was such a heartbreaking and educative story. Anyway, the whole trip was interesting and worth embarking. Now we are moving back to Accra. We left Cape Coast around 6-7 and got to Accra around 9-10. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment in the comment section below. And also go subscribe to Big King's channel. And until meet again in my next video, it's a girl EfyaKimora. I love you and bye bye.